Coming off a game which saw our defense actually perform really well against the Buccaneers, only giving up 147 yards. It was our offense that did not show up. The offensive line, even worse, as Bo Harold returned, giving him no blocking. He ended up leaving that game shaken up, but will be back today. And as we continue on the ending of Season 2, we have 3 games left, all non-divisional matchups. Today will be against the Bills, and then on Thursday and Friday will be the Jets and Patriots. So we're close to the end, and an off-season where we're definitely going to need to do some work. The offensive line last week was just awful. Now, we did, in between episodes, take a look to see what all we could possibly do. And when it comes to the blocking, the worst right now is Isaiah Wynn. He's given up 10 sacks. Now, we were very critical of Dickinson last time out because he did not have a good game. He got beat several times, though I don't fully trust the numbers here because I think there's times where we just don't actually block the guy in front of us and it's a clean sack around the edge with untouched. And I don't think that is fully counting here because these don't seem as high of totals as we probably should be seeing. But we did look to see if there was a possibility of maybe moving Dickinson down to the guard spot, but he is a tackle through and through. There's not much run blocking there. And the guy that we would switch him with is Noteboom, and he's given up the same amount of sacks. So not much to do for the offensive line currently. Though we did take a good second look at the offensive line class for this upcoming offseason in the draft, and it looks really good. So definitely we'll be bringing in at least one, if not more, offensive linemen in the draft. But that is all future things. We need to get something here late. We do have Bo Harold back again in this one after he left the game early last week in his return as well. So we'll see how well he can do. Offensive line has to keep him clean, first and foremost. So let's see if they can do that against the Bills. And as we get this game underway, it will be the offense out first and a good test to once again see if the offensive line can improve at all. Weddington, not a great return. We'll start off at the 19 as Bo Harold will head back out, getting a word from our head coach. When we started this series, we brought in Marshall Faulk to be the head coach, really wanting to get the running game going, and Cam Akers has had a really good season. As we try to spread to the outside, Bo Harold will scramble play one, picking up 5. Though what we have not seen is a great passing game. It's been hit or miss at best with either accuracy or just really no time to throw, as Akers will get close to the first down, a gain of 4. But as we've talked about time and time again, it really has become Akers' offense. The offense moves about as well as Akers does. And he does not get the first down there, 4th and 1. But this team likes to be aggressive, and we'll keep that going here. 4th and 1, we're backed up deep. We only have 2 wins on the season, so why not? DeGuara gets the first down. He gets a nice shot as well, but picks up 2. Now, one guy that's kind of disappeared in recent weeks, and not by design at all, has been Nakua. He's gotten, a big play here and there. But just the consistency getting it out to him, we haven't seen, as that pass a little bit too far out in front. We did adjust the quarterback accuracy. I want to say it was last time out, just raising it up by 1. And we're still seeing some inaccuracies. Wow, that's not even a word. Inaccuracies, as that one just, again, a little bit too far out in front. Though I would much rather see these ones that are, a yard, 2, max 3 yards too far out in front rather than the 5, 10, sometimes even 15 yarders that we've seen. So there's some good, some bad as we try to roll out here. That pass was supposed to go to Nakua. Definitely did not, and it will be a punt. So as the Bills head out for their first offensive drive facing Allen, we're going to have to try to stop this passing game, and they have a lot of different targets, finding Stephon Diggs play 1. I imagine this is going to be a tough matchup for this defense with so many targets for us to guard. But we do have a little bit of help, or at least should have some help. We don't quite see it here as Cook burst a big gap for a first down, though Dawson Knox shaken up. Doesn't look all too serious as he just heads to the bench. But we're going to need to see some big play from Luke Peak. He got the dev trait boost last time out. Was about the only good thing that really came from that game. And with that, he did also get 20,000 experience points, so he got 5 upgrades. Boosted a lot for that run stopping, a little bit for the pass coverage, as how does Diggs get away from Adebo there? Needed to be a knockaway at the least. But instead, in typical fashion for this series, it's a big gain for the opposition as they're down to the 30. Sticking with a spread look, quick pass across the middle, finding their guy, another gain of 5. This defense is close to turning that corner. The coverage, for the most part, has become tighter. What we need to work on is Luke Peak gets the stop. But we just need to see better ability to knock passes away. We've seen some turnovers here and there, but it's the small things that we struggled with, as Knox is back out there close to the end zone. Definitely got the first down to the 2. Or actually, check that. It was not Knox. It was the now second-year tight end in Kincaid. As they go with the run, Cook trying to find a gap. Wrapped up Okoronkwo as now Kincaid is shaken up. Potentially, I might have jinxed him there. And this one a little bit more serious. He's going to head to the locker room. So now the Bills out their top 2 tight ends. They'll have the third guy, maybe even a fullback, come in, but they don't go that way. Instead, it's a drop, what should have been a touchdown. I'll have to count ourselves a little bit lucky there, as it's 3rd and goal from about the 2.5-yard line. It's a shotgun look as they go with the read option from behind. Bonito gets the stop back from his injury last week. We stand at the goal line. After all that, just giving up a field goal attempt, I feel like is a solid performance for the defense. Not great. Obviously, we prefer to not give up any points, but a solid first go as they will grab a 3-0 lead. And as the offense heads back out, we got to get back to the running game a little bit here with Akers. Got away from him in that first drive. As we'll get down the middle here, a short gain picking up 3. Need to make sure we stop getting away from him, even if it's designed passing plays to him. We've got to come up with those. Seems to be when we do our best. As we swing this one out, we have DeGuara with the catch, making it 3rd and short. Also goes as the first pass completion for Bo Harold on the day. 3rd and 2. Setting up a read option. We will go down the middle. Akers spins off 1 tackle, picking up an extra few yards there. Be a first down up to the 39. And from there, we'll bring out Zonovan Knight, checking him in at running back. Going to try to set up the halfback screen here. They don't read it very well, though we don't get the block we needed there from McAllister. Normally so good out in space. Missed that one. As for other young guys, we do have Charles out there continuing to get the start. He's been impressive. As we go, Davis breaks the tackle, trying to get back to the outside. Not going to break away from that group, but it is a first down for us to end the first quarter. There was some decent play there, definitely things to clean up. Nothing new for this team. I think the main thing that we've seen, one, the offensive line holding us back, but also trying to just play a little bit too much hero ball here with Bo Harold, as we're going to need to roll out. Not much to go at, and Madden needs to chill here with the pressure forcing these awful throws. I get it, when a quarterback's under pressure, you're going to have something taken off the ball, but again, that was supposed to go about 40 yards downfield. As we hand this one off, Knight goes nowhere. Solid tackle there from Brown. So on 3rd and 11, because we just love 3rd and longs here. Watkins just headed straight downfield, as well as Davis. A couple medium routes to match. Where do we go? Try to dump this one off Akers, but he can't quite hold on to it. He's done well at catching those, breaking a tackle, and picking up some extra yards, but does not do it there. But we do finally get a good punt in, dropping them at the 5. Defense, can you make the big plays here? As they will hand it off. Cook back to the line. Trying to send some blitzes without getting burned by these receivers. They have some good ones. Obviously, Gabe Davis had the drop for what should have been a touchdown on the last drive. Cook with some space down the middle is going to pick up 8, leaving 3rd and 2. He nearly broke away there, but a chance to get off the field quickly with a 3 and out if we can make the play here on 3rd. As they go with the play action, right across the middle, Durant comes in but can't knock it away. Davis holds onto it this time, though an injury for Dawkins. And that was a big play for the Bills as they're up to about the 35, setting up another pass play, swinging it out wide. Knox has returned, not actually Kincaid this time, as that will be another first. And Allen has done well cleaning up the turnovers this year. Just 6 interceptions to 24 touchdowns. So he's doing pretty well, and we are not doing well knocking these passes away. But another injury for Shorter. The guy who caught the ball looked pretty decent to me. Maybe just got the air knocked out of him, I don't know. Looked fine to me. He heads to the bench as the Bills have another first down, this time at the positive 40. As Cook, with a nice little cut, makes another couple guys miss, another first down. We've seen tackling be a problem for this team at certain times in certain games. We've also seen us give up some big plays to running backs, or big games to running backs. As Durant not going to get the tackle there, luckily it was Rice who came in to clean it up. All right, now this defense feeling pretty similar to how they were playing against the Bucs. Nothing's flashy by any means, just giving up some short, consistent play. As we say that, Cook busts off the 24-yard touchdown run. Bills widen their lead, make it 10 points. Well, once again, this offense feels like it's at a point where they need to come through this drive. With about 4.5 minutes left before halftime, as we need to roll out, we had a couple guys across the middle, but didn't want to throw it back, and we'll end up scrambling-ish for a gain of 1. You can just sense the hesitation that Harold has, letting that ball fly after a very not clean season by any means, and nowhere to run there from Akers. It's actually a loss of 1. This Bills defense flying around today, not leaving a whole lot of space for us to really get anything going as we try to set up the halfback screen. We have some blockers out in front, not the one I was hoping we would get. We pick up 5, but it's going to have to be another punt. And again, we seem to be relying on this defense to keep us in these games. As the Bills head back out, they'll have about 250 as they hand it off Cook, who will take a couple hits there, picking up 2. Though he's still averaging 6.8 yards a carry, especially after that last big touchdown run on the last drive. So he's doing pretty well, as it's a pass underneath, and somehow again, we had the crash there from Rice, but it's still a catch and a first down for Stephon Diggs. Not sure what it is that this defense needs. Potentially just like a boost to awareness, play rec, something like that, to get them to make the final play that they need on these plays. As we continually are close, we're just not knocking them away or making things tough on our opposition. A gain of 4 on first down leaves 2nd and 6, as they really have just been running about the same 3 formations. As they now set up their own halfback screen, and it will go for a first down. Cook with a little bit of a late hit there at the end. Luckily for us, no flag. But what would also help out is seeing a little bit of some pass rush. Allen has had a clean pocket pretty much every single snap, only 1 incomplete pass to this point of the game, as the coverage there dropped off, expected with Smith out in coverage. That is just the weird thing with this playbook. For some reason, it puts your right end as an outside linebacker, and you have 2 DTs. So Smith doing a little bit of some coverage on plays, not exactly what we want, but it is what it is. Might need a new defensive playbook at some point, as Diggs picks up another first down. But here on this first down, we're going to bring a little bit of some extra pressure. The double A-gap blitz, try to just get in Allen's face. He's had too clean of a game, as we do get some pressure, and it's a drop from the running back. Yes, you could say he heard the light footsteps of Durant. Not much of a hitter, but he wasn't wanting any of it there. As, again, not a knockaway. Murray was there, pretty well timed, but we're just not getting the plays done. Will end up being another catch for Hardy, as they now have a bunch to the left, 1 off to the right. It's actually a 2 tight end set. Sitting across the middle, Allen having now scramble. Curse comes in. Escorts him out of bounds. Not much of a hit, though. Right now, you could very well feel all the momentum on the side of the Bills. Something we have struggled with in games is that momentum, especially when it gets to the furthest point where we start to lose reticles, things that we need to decently perform, as it's another first down Hardy. So far, exactly like the Bucs game, where it's just slow, methodical drives here, with an opportunity that's just too far out in front for Graham, but hey, an incomplete pass. They seem to happen so rarely, gotta celebrate them when we get them. 34 seconds left here before half, as they go with a fake draw. Across the middle, they have Hardy once again, first down to the 8. And from first and goal, they will stay with the spread look. They do not have Cook back there, so that's good, as the ball just thrown straight out the back. So once again, this defense kind of holds, as they should be able to hit this field goal, about a 25-yarder as they kick from the 15. It is right down the middle. Only 13-0 at half. Could have been a whole lot worse. But once again, we have the same problem as last week, where it's this offense that's just not getting the job done. We've had 18 total snaps, 19 rushing yards, 19 passing yards. All in all, awful performance from the offense. Defenses, they're doing their job. As we look around the league, see how other teams are or are not doing, as the Cardinals up 17-7 versus the Seahawks. Both teams, they're 5-9, fighting for that second place spot in the division. As we look at the second game, Titans are up 21-7 going into half. Broncos 4-10, Titans 5-9. And they are starting Levis, so that's fun. For the last game update, we have the 49ers taking on the Jets, and the Jets with a big win, 27-7. 49ers drop to 9-6. But as we get the second half underway, defense is once again going to have to come through, as the Bills start off on offense. Allen making a check from the line here, as they will go back to the passing game, once again underneath Diggs with a gain of 5, play 1. How many times have we seen that today? And it does not seem to matter what way this defense lines up, whether it's a press form, playing off, man zone, sending blitz, no blitz. Bills, they're just rocking it. As they go deep for their first time, Stephon Diggs over the top of Rice. He was close, but he got beat by about a step or two. And very fitting of the Bills to go after that early on here the second half, after not trying it the first half. Decided to shift the coverage down a little bit, and now they take the top off on back-to-back plays. Hardy with a quick score, make it 17-0. Or maybe not, they're actually going for 2 here to make it a 21-0 game, and they will have it. Once again, coverage well off. Hardy gets all 8 points. Well, it's now or never offense. Time to shift into gear. You're down 3 scores. As we're in the second half, need to find something. How about load it deep? Charles overthrown. Plus, even knocked away there by the safety coming over. That could have been big for this squad, but wasn't there. Instead, second and 10 as we stick with the heavy tight end look. Maybe no. Try to think about going outside to Parkinson, but well covered, plus they got the rush. This offense clearly still lacking of any sort of identity. There's some guys to try to build around, but there's a lot of, well, nothing. As Akers actually picks up the first down on 3rd and 20. The halfback screen comes through, as we'll quickly get back to the line here. Try to build off of whatever possible momentum that may have given us. Stepping up in the pocket, Harold going to scramble, takes the hit, ball pops out, but Nakua jumps on it. Definitely not how we want to get Nakua involved, but we will take it for sure. First down, just shy of midfield as we go back to Akers with some space. A little bit of a juke, though, picks up 5. As the clock ticks under 5 minutes here in the third, we need this drive to end in a touchdown. As Zonovan Knight finds a small gap, picks up 1. So on 3rd and 4, Akers back out there. We're going to go with a little play action. Try to roll. Who do we go with? Charles with another overthrow. You know, I know we don't have the best accuracies with Bo Harold, but at some point it kind of just gets ridiculous, and that's what it feels like right now. As we have a wide open... How is that not a catch? Turnover on downs. He was sitting wide open. The ball wasn't that far off, but No effort. The fun part about playing all Madden, it doesn't always just make things difficult, sometimes it just breaks the game, and that feels like a broken game mechanic at least. With a 1st and 10, the Bills take over just shy of midfield. Another throw underneath, caught by Gabe, and he will have a 1st down to the 44. What we really need right now is a Debo to get a pick. That would be a nice morale boost for this team. As it's a 1st down once again. A quick stop by Nick Bell. Shed the block immediately. Got the tackle for a loss. Wasn't exactly what we were looking for, but hey, still a great play there from the rookie defensive lineman. Getting the 4th or 6th overall pick, so he needs to make some plays as Stephon Diggs continues to make plays. And again, we just haven't gotten any pressure at all today on Allen. But we get it here with the double A-gap blitz. It's Bonito with the sack. You could tell Allen had no idea what to do there because that was the first time he's had anyone in his face today. As this is 2nd and 17, they go back to Cook. Breaks through one tackle, pushing forward, diving over a pile, picks up about 12. But once again here, defense could force a field goal with a stop here on 3rd and 8. They got that bunch out to the left-hand side, sending some guys deep, but instead they go Gabe Davis, 1st down to the 5. Just finding all the pockets in zone coverage here. Bills have played a near-perfect offensive game today as they send one of their tight ends, maybe a fullback, in motion to this left-hand side. Gonna slant the D-line that way, though. It's all picked up. No problem at all. A 2nd touchdown for James Cook. Now down 28-0. We have a minute left in the 3rd quarter. How many times do we got to say we just need something here? As we do find Davis turning up the sideline. Picks up a nice chunk up to the 43. And we'll stick with that look, but flip it. As we're going to send Nakua in motion here. Going to fake the jet sweep. Fake the handoff. See if we can find anyone. No, we found a pass rusher in our face. We throw it away. And now we'll see a double A gap for the Bills. And we're going to run right at it. Akers trying to find some space, and he will pick up a few yards. At least make things more manageable here on 3rd as we get back to the line quickly. Again, we just need 6 yards. We should be able to find a single pass for 6 yards. And we will, with Davis up to the, or I guess now down to as we cross the midfield. 40. Trying to get one more play off here before the 4th quarter. And we will. Pass rush does kind of work in, but they bit on the play fake. Nakua at the sideline gets the grab. Finally, we find the young receiver. Decent way to end the 3rd quarter there. We need to start the 4th with a touchdown as offense, struggle bus. But if we could park that bus and do something here, that would be great. 4th quarter begins with a 1st and 10 rollout. Nakua has the step, but the pass too far out in front once again. Harold did take a hit as soon as that ball came out, but at some point, you just got to make your throws. You know you're going to get hit. Akers with some space, bouncing, does get wrapped up. Good tackle there by Hyde. 1st down, though, for us. As we'll stick with the heavier looks. Seems to kind of be the best option for us. Rolling. We have our guy, Davis, with the touchdown. Almost overthrown again, but we get there. And finally, we're on the board. Well, we've bit into that momentum on the Bills side here. Let's see if our defense can continue to chip away at it, try to grow a little bit of our own. As they go back to Cook, we'll pick up a couple. 14 carries, 82 yards, and 2 touchdowns is a pretty solid day for him. As they have a 2nd and 8. Go back to him and just gets enveloped there by Smith, coming clean off the edge. Count that as a tackle for a loss. Will be 3rd and 9, needing to get off the field here. Defense as they have some underneath guys. Sack comes in, Luke Peak, and we are headed off the field with some momentum on our side. But if we're to make this a game here late, we need to strike quickly and efficiently. As we're going to start with a heavy look here, sending Nakua deep. Though they do cover that pretty well. Corey Davis coming across. Barely squeezed that one in, but he drops it and he's shaken up. After starting the season off extremely well, 5 straight games of 100 plus, He had some injuries, and we really haven't seen the same Davis ever since. As we will actually find Claypool. Gain of 5 at the sideline. Hasn't exactly been quick, efficient, or whatever I said at the beginning of this drive, but we have a 3rd down here, needing the 1st down. As that ball may be a little bit too far downfield, we knock it away, at least out of Poyer's hands. But we face a critical down here for how the remainder of this game is really going to go. Is it going to be interesting, or is it going to be a blowout? 4th down. No one open. A sack comes in. Poyer didn't get his interception, but he gets the turnover on downs. Bills take over at the 39. So unless this defense forces a turnover here, might not really come down to any late game shenanigans, as there's 5 minutes and counting. But it does at least stay synonymous with how a lot of these games have gone in the latter part of this season. Offense just manages 1 score while the defense keeps things possible if the offense was scoring. We've had a couple games here and there where we did get going, but for the most part, the offense has definitely held us back and will be the main focus for the offseason, as Cook bounces off of 1, does not get the 1st down. 4th and 1 should be a field goal here, or at least an attempt for the Bills. At about the 37 mark, at a 47-yarder for Bass. As the snap is back, hold down kick is up and through. They will tack on 3 more. And we just need to taste a little bit of some winning football here on the offensive side. As this game is coming to an end, we maybe have 1 more drive. Stepping up in the pocket, we do find Quez Watkins. Hey, a little something to build off of, not a sack play 1, as we'll probably see some hurry up for the remainder of this game. Bills in the double A gap, they will drop back into coverage. We'll just step up, diving forward, taking the head out of the defender. Not exactly how you draw it up, but hey, I guess if it works, it works. As we continue with that hurry-up offense here, having to step up again. And you know what? Bo Harrell just going to tuck and run. Takes a couple hits there. Does not need to take any more hits. He's taken plenty this year. As we'll probably have just 1 more play left here before the 2-minute warning. Knight is out there trying to set up the halfback screen to him. Read the whole way, breaks at least the first tackle attempt from Clifton, but it's a loss of 3 as we hit the 2-minute warning. And it looks like they're going to be bringing a little bit of some pressure off that left-hand side. Can I actually swing? Yes. Let's swing left with Akers. Try to leak them out behind the blitz, but no time to throw. I like the setup there, but Russo straight through the line. Every time it seems like we might have a little something there, it doesn't happen. That's kind of been the story of this team, as a hit comes in late at the point of the throw, but he was past the line anyway. So it's going to be a loss of yards, loss of down, and a punt. Or maybe not. Madden wants us to go for this, so why not, Madden? Let's see what you have in store for us with a halfback screen. We do have some blockers. Akers bouncing. He's not going to beat 3 guys, though, with 10 yards more to go, but we gained something there. Still not winning football. But with that, we should see the Bills start to just run clock with straight running. They're not taking knees here, apparently. With a stretch to the outside, though, turning it more so into like a power dive. Cook will pick up 4. And still not kneeling the ball out. As we're under a minute left in this one, they just want more. As Allen will snap the ball, hand it off to a wide open gap. Honestly, no idea who their backup running back is, but he picks up the 1st down. That would be Nyheim Hines, who does probably run the last play here. I doubt they snap the ball, and they will not. So it's another loss where, again, defense does decently for the positions they're put in. The offense could not stay on the field, could barely manage a score in this one. It's a lot of work for the offense moving forward. As we have just 2 games left that we will wrap up on Thursday and Friday. Clearly a lot of things need to take place with this offense. The identity really isn't there. Obviously, we know Cam Akers is that dude, but is he enough to carry this team? Probably not. We need some other guys. Charles really didn't have too much of an effect on this game, though he really didn't have much of any chance to. Every time we did try to go his way, it was a bad throw from Harold. Now, do we maybe raise up that quarterback accuracy one more where the accuracy is that bad for us to do that? Or is it just Harold is not that guy? We'll kind of have to play with that as we move forward. But a lot of work, clearly, as I said, to do. The defense, we saw some highlights here and there. Some guys fly around. We need to clean up the tackling a little bit and just be able to force a ball out, right? We're timing up some good hits too, but the receivers are just holding on to the ball really well. So some things not going our way, some things, no, most things aren't going our way. So some things to definitely work on. If you have any ideas of what you would like to see for this offense moving forward, ways we could try to build it, position groups to go after, definitely do let us know down in the comment section below. As we have, again, those 2 last weeks, we'll go through some of the more prospects in those games. So until then, make sure you hit that bell icon in the bottom right or scroll down, hit the subscription button. They both do the same thing. And to subscribing to this channel, and definitely make sure you tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday with the state-only challenge, currently the Central Plains. You have Colorado, Kansas, and Oklahoma trying to win a Super Bowl within 5 years. And by that, I mean, you could only use players who played at a college from those schools. So if you haven't seen that series, definitely do chime in. Again, Wednesdays and Saturdays for that. So 6 full-length videos every single week, plus the highlights, highlighting what we can from these series. Even as we've seen from this game and the last one, we find some things to highlight. There are some good plays mixed in with a whole bunch of bad. So as we get that ratio fixed for more good than bad, we'll start to see probably more of those highlights. So until next time, where we take on the Jets, who are 14-1. See how well that game goes. We'll see you then. Bye.